What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you decide to watch or listen to the pod. My name is Nigel Jones. I'd like to introduce you to the Fairly Decent Podcast. As always, I'm your host, accompanied by my lovely cast of extraordinary gentlemen. Over on my right side, we have Mr. Black Santa Claus himself, T-Love. Who seems to be somewhere, I don't know if he's in heaven or San Francisco.
To my opposite end of the spectrum right
there, to my left, we have Professor Shedrick Matthews.
How's it going, guys?
To my bottom left, we have the person who made this league of extraordinary gentlemen, seeing as we were talking about him in that title, Abhishek Ballari.
What's up?
And then my hat twin, as always, Mr. Taj Crutch.
You already know what's going on. I got my Debo shirt on today. I'm ready.
Now, there's a theme why Professor Shedrick Matthews and the fact that me and Taj are both wearing the graduation cap, but we'll get to that a little bit later. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
You know what I'm saying?
Solid.
Now, you know what I'm saying? We can't be all day today because, I'm next now. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the shop now. I'm next.
What that gossiping about in the barbershop?
I mean, hey, I had to tell him to calm it down, man, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing the pod. I'm on my phone right now. Hey, let him go next. I'll go ahead and help. Yeah.
That means we got like 45 minutes of,
Yeah, you know. Me and Abhishek was just talking about that, boy. That you get that 54-year-old dude look like you about fell asleep in the chair. He been cutting your hair for so long.
Right. Depends on what they in there talking about, man. Could be longer than that.
Yeah, true. They mess around talk about anything NBA related. You in there for an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah,
God.
if you go from like lining you up to drop the Clippers beside and start talking to the people around him, you're gonna be in there for a while.
Yeah.
He mess around, get that call on his phone. He be like, "Hello, real quick. Hello."
I'd be like, God, dog. He got no respect for my time.
But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been much going on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I hope, has been in the house. We got the green light.
I just got off the plane, bro.
Oh, okay. I was like, we got the green light, the green light to run rapid after the last pod. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all been out there, y'all start y'all food truck back up and y'all downtown every day or not.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Well, with that being, that being the perfect segue, let's get into our weekly topic, the Corona Daily.
Coronavirus. They're real.
So I wanted to really talk about as far as like just our weekly update on that is just kind of dive in on how what have we noticed in this last week of different states being opening back up, because a lot of us, I don't know what Alabama and North Carolina have, if they've officially opened back up yet, but I know Georgia did. And then, of course, different states throughout the nation, and we having exposure to those via social media, and just about what we've seen in the wake of them opening back up the states. Are we impressed? Are we disappointed? How do we feel about it, per se?
I don't even know yet.
I heard cases has went up since they opened up.
Oh yeah,
But they was probably already going up anyway.
They were, but
we really won't see how hard they go up until the next couple of weeks, and it's probably gonna be ridiculous. But we'll see.
Yeah, but the contraction rate and the death rates are at all-time high. But I mean, that was the case anyway. Before they decided to open everything back up. And then I read this morning that California are officially closing their beaches again, because California beaches had a overwhelming amount of people there, and it was so much so that the governor said, "Oh hell no!" And he said he's closing the beaches back just that fast. So
that's crazy.
I figured it would have went like that.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's unfortunate because you give, like I said, I think in the first podcast, you give somebody an inch and they'll take a mile, and like that's all they had to say was, look, y'all can come out the house now, and they just ran for the beaches. Like, they didn't give them two shits. So, I mean, like I say, it's unfortunate. And like, I know with my social media, me looking just gently cruising Instagram, you would think COVID-19 didn't exist because everybody just business as usual. And I'm not even talking about businesses. I'm just talking about like people in general. From like the posts that I see, people doing this, people throwing parties, people like.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen house parties.
That's a lot of them. House party every week, baby. Turn up.
Yeah, it's tough. I think you got so many people that don't believe in the coronavirus that you're gonna have a lot of people that just gonna do what they want to as soon as they can. These reopen rallies that they've been having have definitely it's just tended to look a lot the same though. The people that go to these reopen rallies have all looked strangely alike. I just want to point that out.
I mean, that's a safe way of putting it, politically correct way.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's a parallel or anything like that. I'm just saying the people look a lot like Trump. You do whatever you want with that image, but they look a lot like Trump supporters.
I mean, but yeah, like I said, it's ridiculous because like I said, especially here in Georgia, like I said, the death rate and contraction rate was already like just piling as is, and then you piled it on top of the fact that now I'm about to allow people to just be around each other all over again, and I'm not even going to make any type of attempt to kind of like, and let me not make it sound all bad, because them opening back up essentially the economy to I guess businesses to do business wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like they could have made more preventative measures to kind of protect the people before them just saying, hey, all right, everybody just do what you gotta do, and I'm wiping my hands of it.
I guess it's a slippery slope though. But if they would have started when they first heard about before it even came to the United States, probably would have helped out a whole lot more.
Yeah, but
hindsight's always 20/20. But also, like, it's a slippery slope, yeah. But it's like also uncharted waters. Like, you don't know.
Is it really?
It's uncharted, yeah. Like
no. I'm saying, is hindsight really 20/20 with this administration? Because if he could have had a crystal ball and saw all this shit was gonna happen, I still think he would have did the same thing.
I just meant in general hindsight was 20/20. I don't know. Specifically, yeah. Specifically, I don't know.
We would have to call him and ask him that.
But yeah, I just think we're just like, I just can't think of a time where the world was just under lockdown like this. I'm pretty sure there was, but like I don't know to what degree.
I don't think in our lifetime it has been.
Yeah, for sure. So like to like rebound from this, it's like no one's ever done this before, so you don't really have a playbook to go by. So it's just like you got to play it by the ear and just be nimble.
It's crazy because the times that we live in are probably the best times to live in historically, because we have the most money, the most technology, the most just assets at our disposal. You would think that we would be better prepared, even
black people ain't enslaved.
Yeah, exactly. Like
this is gonna go down in the history book.
It ain't many times on earth that niggas can be like, nigga, we free.
Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? I would think that we'd be a little bit better prepared for this. But I will say this, and Todd just pointed out something. I do think that 2020 is gonna be one of those years. I mean, it literally, there's no choice for it to be at this point, but it's gonna be one of those years that, like, decades from now, they're gonna look back in history books, and it's gonna be like a big topic of history. Like, it's gonna be like they're gonna spend a test or two in school on 2020.
Yeah,
maybe so.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
I'll be the spokesperson. I'm gonna make a video for it so they can watch it in class. What not to do? Stay quarantined. I'm gonna have my brim hat on. Everybody can watch it.
They gonna fall asleep on that video.
Well, shoot, if it's gonna be in the future, I might be a hologram. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think
I
it'll
don't
be that far down the line.
I don't know now, man. They told me by the year 2020 we were gonna have flying cars, or at least that's what the Jetsons said.
Man,
Right,
I'm still waiting for it.
So
it's some out
They
there.
close, probably.
Yeah.
are they?
Are they?
There's no way.
Like say close. You mean like close to prototype? Or like
look,
beta?
They barely got auto
I mean,
autonomous
when I say
cars, and you talking about
close-
cars flying.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Closer than that. Not necessarily flying, but they're making their way.
Okay, so
All right.
quick 2 minute segment. What do y'all think would be the next? What would come first as far as the wave of the future? So we have flying cars and stuff like that. I think you will see artificial intelligence take over before you see flying cars. And I
Yeah.
think that's
Well, that's easy.
I agree, because that's kind of
yeah, I
already.
think so too.
Yeah,
They
let me
already
tell you,
do that.
I think you will see damn near iRobot level of artificial intelligence before you see flying cars.
I once again I
still
agree.
think I still agree 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to approach it because like you don't want everyone flying a car. That's just dangerous too. So
You
you'd
don't
rather
want
have,
everybody
like-
driving a car, let alone flying.
Exactly. Yeah. So like,
And think about how hard it is to get a pilot's license.
right.
So now you're
Exactly.
opening that small segment of people up to the masses, saying, "All right,
Right.
I know."
It might be
It
automated.
probably never happened for real.
It might be
Yeah,
autopilot.
Yeah,
Autopilot.
exactly what I'm saying. It's got to be just like autopilot, just like Tesla's doing with their cars, because you
Look,
just don't want people driving.
look, it won't happen in my lifetime because I don't trust humans to drive a airplane. So I don't know if I trust a robot.
He said, I ain't flying nowhere.
I prefer not to, but yeah, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this topic. I just wanted to see like how everybody thought that saying things have been progressing in the week of quote unquote freedom if you live in those certain states.
I'll let you know after tomorrow on the next week. Cause we open up tomorrow, so we gonna be turned up. You already know.
Parties on parties,
Barbershop
man.
tomorrow? Oh, that barbershop
Man,
not
what?
open yet.
I'm not going to the barbershop for a couple weeks. I like this new look I got.
Shoot, I saw this girl posted on Instagram last weekend. She was in downtown Atlanta. She had took a picture of a barbershop and put it on her story. She said barbershop pack. It wasn't a car. It wasn't a parking spot left in the barbershop. I was like, goodness. That's
Yeah.
wild.
I mean, they fiending
Still
for
looking rough.
haircuts, man. You know how that is.
I got my
Like to look
Jackson.
ugly too. They on too long.
I got my Jackson 5 Afro.
Hey man, put your hat back on, bro.
Ooh, boy. I ain't never seen Ty struggling like this. You know it's real.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
his head look like your face, but on to
Usually
the
I'll
next
go to my hairdresser.
My man bring back the 70s fro, boy. Look
Get
like
my
David
soul,
Ruffin,
get my
this
soul
motherfucker.
glow going. My soul glow.
Hey, that's his
actually
twin while
a
you playing.
comparison.
That's his twin while you playing.
David Ruffin?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm like, he look like
I'm thinking about getting them little twists, man. You know, somebody,
I'll go.
you know,
You gonna drill him up, man.
yeah.
Nah.
Until I had to go to drill again.
So hold on, I do it before we go to the next topic. I do have a question. Do you have to shave for virtual drill?
No, I ain't shaving.
Oh, but I don't know. Like I said, I ain't never heard of a virtual drill before. Like, what type of shit?
I'll
They're gonna be doing push-ups in the screen.
Hell no. We're gonna do a
See,
PT
look, you
test.
ain't go down though. You ain't go down enough.
Anywho, but yeah, like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time on that. But like I said, the theme of this episode, I won't say theme, but like the main topic that we wanted to talk about is how important is a college degree nowadays. Because throughout
Nowadays, it ain't important. Niggas ain't working.
It depends.
I mean, all right, prior to 2020.
Okay.
Historically, you've always heard, or your parents, I know all of our parents probably always push like, go to college, get a degree, go to college, get a degree. But nowadays in the world that we live in, majority of your millionaires and billionaires probably didn't go to college or didn't finish. And a lot of the more successful people, well, let me not even say that. Let me start with a statistic. A lot of so the statistic is what 27% of people who actually go to college and graduate actually end up doing something in that degree. Which that's one statistic right there. And then also like I said, with the whole millionaire and billionaire thing. But then also, there's a lot of people who just go and get trades or go and get certifications or whatever in the fields that they're in, and they bypass the debt of going to college altogether. And then, like I said, a lot of people just go to college and they just never finish. And then, of course, you have your scholars, the people who go and get their masters, or their bachelors, their masters, their doctorates. But like I said, nowadays you have all these different avenues. You don't necessarily, college is not the end all be all anymore that it probably was a decade, probably even 2 decades ago. So that's really why I want to open the floor up and just get everybody's idea or their opinions on just how important it is, and what do you think about just getting a degree nowadays. Anyway, me personally, I guess I'll start off. I do think from a social aspect, college is probably one of the best experiences anybody can have, because you experience relationships and you network with people in college that you can't duplicate those type of relationships or those type of interactions with people that you would have in college. On top of the fact that, like I said, just experiences. You experience stuff in college that you wouldn't have the opportunity to experience anywhere else, post-college or grade school. Other than that, like I said, I will say a con of college is, like I said, there's a lot of like prerequisite classes and debt that you go through that you don't necessarily need, and they kind of tie hand in hand. That is kind of necessary. You can probably trim some of the fat of all that down.
Oh man, listen, all college did for me, honestly, besides, like you said, meet the people that I needed to meet. Because if I didn't meet those people in college, then I probably won't be where I'm at now. But like for the education and stuff wise, I felt like it was good. But other than that, I kind of taught myself. Right. Shut up, Taryn. And then when it comes to getting like jobs and stuff, it's kind of like all the jobs that I have received or got in front of like the execs and everything is who I knew. And besides this last one I currently work at, the college degree did help me get into the building, but that's all it did.
And before we actually, hold on real quick, Taryn, you got it. Before we actually like dive really deep into this, I just want to give everybody who's listening and watching a background of all of our educational background. So I went to school for computer information systems. I did not finish school. Taryn?
I got a degree in computer science from Troy University.
Bachelor's degree?
Bachelor's.
Taj?
I got my bachelor's degree in computer information systems.
Abhishek?
Yeah, I got a degree in computer information systems from Georgia State.
And then you're currently getting your working on your master's, aren't you? In
data
science?
I finished my master's summer in data science as well.
And then Seth?
I have my bachelor's in business management. And an associate's in culinary arts and a master's in wealth and trust management.
Damn.
So we have a wealth of different perspectives. So, but continue, Taryn.
So with me, I feel like certain fields, maybe like teaching, nursing, becoming a doctor, medicine, all that type of stuff, psychology, sociology, all that stuff requires a degree. But things like information systems,
anything in
technology,
yeah,
you don't
I'm
really
right there
need
with
a degree.
you.
You can just get you like a certificate or something like that, but a degree can help, but it's not necessarily needed.
Yeah, because in our field, especially, and y'all can agree or disagree. I would say
I know what you're about to say.
A degree is more of a resume buffer than it is a requirement. Because let me just paint a perspective for you. If I am a college student, just got out of college, all I have is my bachelor's degree, no experience whatsoever, and I'm trying to get a job up against somebody who has 10 years plus
5 years,
or
2 years,
10 years worth of experience with no degree, but they have this wealth of certifications that will blow my degree out of the water. Who you think gonna get tired?
I can tell you this: the guy who got that college degree, he don't stand a chance.
And that's just the reality of our field, because I know when I first came into the IT field, I used to just network and talk to people in my building, because like I said, this is my first IT job, so I don't really know much, and I'm just trying to absorb as much as I can. And I'm talking to some of the people, and they're saying like, man, I graduated a year and a half ago, and I've been applying like crazy since then. I have not been able to get a job at all, because they just not hiring you with no experience. And that's just the reality of certain career fields. And like as Terrence said, with nursing, or not nursing, but anything in the medical field, and probably anything dealing with teaching and stuff like that, that's just a requirement. Like you're not going to get through the door probably without that degree, unless you're trying to do like an internship or a substitute teaching when it comes to like the teaching thing. But I would say that if you are in a career field that you don't necessarily need a degree, and you're trying to avoid all the debt that comes with a degree, I would say try to get some certifications and then go to school at your leisure.
Listen, if you don't want your girlfriend to be Sally Mae, go find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? God, she call every day. She call every day. So
man. I talk to her before, so I can't feel your pain on that one bit, dog.
I would say, man, if you could go to college, you get a scholarship or something like that, then obviously that's a good path to go. Because like G mentioned earlier, the social aspect of the social aspect that you're going to get out of it, that you can get out of it. Let me say, you won't get it. It don't just come with it. But the ability to have a social life, whether it be pledging fraternities or whether it be networking, or whether it be finding the best friends that you're going to have for the rest of your life. Because I know some of the people I talk to the most right now are the same people that I went to college with. So the social aspect is huge. But I think the biggest thing about college, and why we have this discussion about is college good or is college bad, is because people don't work college the right way. They don't use college for what it is. They think it's like, oh, I'm going here to get my degree. And honestly, that's probably about 30% about what you need to go to college for. Like, you need to end up with a degree if that's the path you want to go, if that's the career field, how it takes you. But at the end of the day, it's really about the networks that you build, the people that you meet, and the opportunities that you create while you're at college, and specifically relationships and opportunities to get a job.
Man, let me sell this. That's gonna be the clip right there.
Right.
I 100% agree, though. He's not lying.
And I say that because, like, I didn't do college right the first time. It took me to my third or fourth year to start to understand like what to do in college. And at that point, it was not too late, but it was late enough to have already been too late. Like the first 2 years in my degree, I wanted to transfer, and I tried to transfer at every opportunity I could. It took me into my third year to truly commit to being where I was, and then I started to fall in love with the school I was at. And by the time I graduated, I was like, man, I could do another year here. But I still didn't do a good job of like networking and getting a bunch of internships. Because really, after your freshman year, no later than after your sophomore year, you should already have internships lined up every summer, if not every other semester. Like, that should be prerequisites. So that experience that Todd just talked about, that Najee just talked about, that you're missing, can already be supplanted with, you can leverage that. Like, hey, I got experience and I have this degree, so it's not as much a crutch anymore.
Right.
I have a question for you guys. If college didn't come with the debt that it does for most people, do you think the experience would still be the same?
More people would go.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly what Terrence said, because I think more people would go.
That debt can be frightening sometimes.
And then,
especially when it comes to master's degree and all that. It's even more expensive.
People definitely go.
And then, especially from a grad school perspective, because like a lot of people may not even may have the opportunity to go back to college, or may want to go back to college, but don't want to pile up even more debt to go to grad school. So I think.
Yeah, so I think don't go to a private Christian school in rural North Carolina. It's not cheap.
Look, I feel like if debt wasn't important for college, more people would go when people won't be eating ramen noodles and Hot Pockets all day. And if that's the case, because they have money for their books, they have money for their.
Still gonna eat my noodles, bit dog.
Right.
Now I'll say like he said he's still gonna eat my noodles. Now, the biggest thing is like people, like I hate it. Now, this is the comparison I hate. When you have some 50-plus-year-old talking about, hey, I paid for college on my freaking bike route, my newspaper route over the summer. Motherfucker, I can't afford my normal bills.
I don't know if I can afford a class.
Job. Like, right, exactly. Like the way college has inflated has been ridiculous. So to compare your ability to pay your whole college tuition, your year's tuition on a bike route over the summer, as opposed to we're paying $30,000 a year just tuition, it's not the same.
Yeah,
true.
And I will say that like I said, I do like this topic. I think this is a good topic to have. But I think this is also like a very hard topic to have because although, like I said, you can avoid a lot of debt and all blase if you avoid college. I do still believe college is very important and that everybody should at least give it a try. Because, like I said, I don't want to downplay it like college is bad. But, like I said, there's a lot of trimming that could be done around certain areas.
Yeah. I feel like it could be some better subjects being taught in college courses to get you prepared.
I have a tip, too. Go to JUCO for your first 2 years, if you can, to take like all the regular math and regular science.
All the fundamental classes.
Money.
Yeah.
So much money.
Go to a local community college. Go to a local community college like T say. You're going to save a bunch of money. Now, if you get a full scholarship, by all means, go wherever you got that full scholarship at. But
and don't think twice about it.
Right. But if you don't, definitely use that. I agree with you, T.
Right. I don't remember who this was. And I hope they don't listen to the podcast and know what I'm talking about. But, man, I remember somebody, they had a full ride to a school. But that's not the school they wanted to go to. And they decided to go on like this dumb debt to go to the school that they wanted to go to. What do you guys think about that? If you have the opportunity to get a full ride at a school you don't necessarily want to go to, but
what I know now, I'm going with the full ride, and I'm gonna make the best out of my experience. And then if I need to go visit the other school here and there, I will.
Wait, but it depends, right? So like, can you set up the question? So is it like a school that is?
So let's say it's like this pristine university that they always wanted to go to. There was like a dream to go to this university, but they would have to pay 100% of their tuition. Whereas they could have went to this, I guess, more local college, still a university or whatever, but it's just a local college. And they had a full ride there, but they chose to go to the other school.
It's accredited, right?
Yeah.
Oh, both are accredited. One's just. So what?
Go ahead.
I was just asking. I was just clarifying the question. So both are this like they're both universities. One's just has that pristine, like I guess, brand.
It's just one that they always wanted to go to, but they didn't get a scholarship to go there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, T-Love.
I'm going to the school that gave me a full ride. I'm sorry.
But I will say this. I think we are speaking from the perspective of, like, are our parents helping? Because if it's a prestigious university and I'm a legacy, like if it's Brown, Cornell, Harvard, Princeton, my dad went, my granddad went, my name has weight there, I don't really care.
That's the case you're getting some money.
But you probably wouldn't even care about a scholarship anyway.
Especially if your parents are paying for it too. Like I ain't had that crutch. Like it's not even a crutch; it's a benefit. Didn't have that as an option.
And I may be leaving out a detail because that may have been the case. That may have been the fact that their parents were paying for it.
But you wouldn't even apply for it. Well, I feel like you wouldn't apply for any other schools if that was the situation. But I could be wrong.
And it also could be the expectation in their family that they go into this school and maybe they just screwed up through high school, didn't get the grades that they needed to, get the scholarship. But the dad went, the uncle went, the brother went, whatever that looks like. And now they having to come out of pocket for it, which the parents may have to help in or whatever that. But the parents may be putting pressure on, like, why aren't you going to my university as opposed to full scholarship at local school U?
Mm-hmm. But if you have a full scholarship, that means you took the time to apply for the scholarship as well, right? So you had some interest in that school.
I didn't apply for my full scholarship. Let me say that.
It just gave you some in the mail.
Talk your stuff, Sid. Talk your stuff. That's just like if my best school is Duke University, but Troy gave me a scholarship. And I love Duke. I want to go to Duke, but what I know now, I'm going to Troy because I'm not going to pay all that money out of my pocket after the fact. And I probably would have got a better education there.
I guess it depends on what you want to major in too, because a degree from Duke would probably yield you way more money than a degree from Troy in certain fields.
Medical,
but then
definitely.
I'm still paying X amount of dollars after my.
But if you make more, it probably would be the same.
Yeah, like your return on your investment for your college would probably you'd get more money is what I think T-Low's trying to say if you had like the opportunities might be more.
Right.
And so you might get paid more.
It's still a mic.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's almost a guarantee.
But
there's
I do
higher probability.
There's some schools whose name just carry weight, and Duke is in that range of schools that carry weight. Just like you say Harvard, you got to come out of pocket. I expect to get my ROI on Harvard. If I'm paying for Harvard, I'm expecting to come out of here with a job, bro. Y'all ain't about to pay me.
Yeah, cause I mean that's just the reality of it. Because imagine if all of us were employers and we had 2 resumes in front of us, one from Troy. Not to say anything about Troy, but one from Troy and then one from Harvard. When I see Harvard, I'm like, they went to Harvard.
Right.
That's biased. You're being biased, Najee.
I mean, the person who went to Troy gonna have to work that much harder to get that job, and that's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the people that at the end of the day, I believe a resume somewhat speaks for itself. I mean, I know a lot of people fudge resumes, but
I wouldn't say they fudge it, but
I mean, one resume I was a director. One resume I was the director, the employee, and the
you're incriminating yourself.
Man,
I did it all.
But I will say, if they fudge their resume, they're gonna come out in the interview.
Oh yeah,
not necessarily. Oh no.
Some people
can talk a game. Some people can talk a good game.
Do your research.
I've changed the way that I interview people because I used to be the type that I'm like, look, I know you know the job. You wouldn't have got this far as like being in the interview if you didn't know the job. So when I talk to people in interviews, I try to like get to know the person to figure out if they're like a good fit. But as of late, I'm like, man, I might want to check and make sure these motherfuckers really know this shit because I don't know.
Darren, don't ask how I got my job. I had a good interview.
They probably just like your personality. We'll go with that.
I make sure I dress nice. I smoke well.
I don't care.
But if they would have went anything other than that, it'd have been a wrap.
Bruh, I don't care what nobody say. I don't really want to like dramatically shift topics like this for real, but I don't care what nobody say. If you dress to a T going to your interview, that's half the battle won right there.
They have a fitted suit on, shirt and tie.
I'm telling you. I've impressed so many employers just by where I wore along. Like, man, you really sharp for this interview. Like,
that's a reminding factor for them. They're like, oh, he dressed nice. Let me go remember his interview and relive our conversation with that person.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're trying to stand out. You want them to remember you over the other people.
Yeah. So let me get that job though. Coming in there with jeans and t-shirt first day, baby.
6 months later, hair growing
that's
out.
What people that's arrogant. They just know exactly about the whole thing, and they just walk out like, oh.
If you guarantee the job, then I mean, I guess dress how you want.
Some khakis and a polo with some Sperry's on.
Some Minnetonkas. Get some Minnetonkas.
I guess, but yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like I said,
Minnetonkas.
But yeah, like I said, there are pros or cons no matter how you look at it. It's like this is one of those debates that you can never really win if 2 people are like legitimately debating them because you can make good points from both sides.
Isn't it crazy though? I just want to add this out there. Isn't it crazy that now the days we living in now, like some people that went to college, got their degree, very successful in their careers, are not working, but the people that didn't go to college probably got a little 9-to-5 job and still working.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy when you look at it?
Yeah, because you look at it that way, like you look at it like restaurants, supermarkets and stuff like that. A lot of those are considered essential workers, whereas a lot of people who are not have been furloughed or let go or whatever the case may be, a lot of them may have degrees and just the company couldn't sustain them. So yeah, it's just unfortunate times that we live in. But that kind of did make me think about something. Just one more thing on this topic of like choosing to go to school, college or not. What do you guys think about how, once again, speaking to the times that we live in, a lot of areas or territories, video gaming is really big, and parents are faced with the decision that their kids can go pro at video gaming kind of out of high school, and or in a lot of cases while they're in high school. And a lot of I've saw a couple articles where like a lot of parents have actually taken their kids out of school to pursue their careers. Pursue their careers in gaming because they're making that much money playing video games. What do you think about that?
Have you guys seen the demo, like the I've seen the article, not sure I think we're talking something, but like, have you guys seen the demographics on like the age demographics on those?
It's probably like 16, aren't they?
Yeah, I think like 13.
Yeah, literally like after like 22 or 23, like there's no one older that makes it into these like pro leagues or pro teams.
Yeah.
So you just have like the window to even make it is just that short. It's just that narrow.
Right.
So as a parent,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, as a parent, you got to make that decision really quickly. It's got to be early, yeah.
And you got and as a parent, that's a hard decision to make because like
just, yeah, 100%.
Right, because
like, are you going to sacrifice your kid's education for maybe potentially he'll go pro and make millions of dollars, or
you got to keep in mind
early?
You got to keep in mind we're the generation, we're coming off our parents telling us to get off the game because we need to do something productive.
Right. You're going to hurt your eyes looking at that screen for so long and stuff like that.
So after hearing that chomped at you for so many years, and now these kids are making real money doing that shit, like now I'm like, I don't know what to do.
They making memes out there, kid reading the book in his room, parents walking in, man, what you doing? Put that down, put up the game. Turn the game on. Start playing. You know, when you go pro. It's crazy.
Yeah, but they make it like some of them Fortnite tournaments put out a lot of money, man.
Man.
Yeah. And them kids were so young that was winning. I was like, ooh.
And I think Seth sent this article in the text message, but they're saying that how like some of the schools in Alabama have actually picked up like video gaming as like after school athletics programs.
Wow. Oh, no way.
Wow. I would be a part of that.
I thought you were gonna say like a class elective or something. That's
what I thought you were about to say.
That would be fire. I would kill the game, kill that class.
No, they're actually considering it in athletics programs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was a
chess club. You have a game club.
Well, I was a varsity athlete, so that would probably be hard for me to.
God, Taj.
That'd take me some long nights.
Would you like some Oreos or some Chips Ahoy? Which one?
But yeah,
oranges.
Before we scoot on along to the next topic, do any of y'all have any like last things to say about the whole college versus skipping it topic?
I say this from my personal experience with college. Like Seth was saying, I didn't really take college as serious in the beginning, and it kind of hit me at the end. I didn't really take it serious until I see this fool Taryn graduate with me. When he we came in at the same time, but he graduated before me. So that kind of like
I can't, you know what? I won't even talk about it.
Shut up, Taryn.
Just know I came in 2009. Just know that.
Maybe he came in. That's even worse. He came in a year after me. He graduated. I graduated before me. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's some real stuff. Like that really opened my eyes. Like, damn, I need to get busy. And I didn't like going to graduations, and I only went to his, honestly. And then when I did go, that kind of opened my eyes. Like, nigga, you need to get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to get on top of it. And then once I did, I finally finished or whatnot. But at the same time, me getting my first IT job, it wasn't really my bachelor's degree. It was someone I knew that was in the position already, and he knew I was in IT. So he was like, "Hey, they have an opening. Let's we can get you in for an interview." And that kind of really got me in the door. Like, yeah, they seen the bachelor's on
There's two IT jobs, but continue.
That is true. First 2 IT jobs, but yeah, like I said,
Shout out to G Jones.
Exactly. But it's just
No,
like,
let the next dude go. I got him.
Shut up. But nah, it's just I feel like college is a good experience, a great experience. Only downfall I didn't like about it is the if you don't get a scholarship or anything like that, you have to pay that back. But I wouldn't change my route by going to college. I wouldn't change it at all. You know what I'm saying? But I do know successful people that didn't go to college, and that it's not like, you know, that didn't need that route to go through. But at the same time, it does help when you on certain fields like T-Love was talking about. That's all I got to say.
All right, cool. So with that, we'll move on to a more controversial topic. And I say controversial, I mean any of the female listeners who listening, y'all might want to skip it.
You need to hear waiting.
They've been waiting for this.
Cause y'all might get the fighting. But so fellas, you know what I'm saying? We're all, you know what I'm saying, males, you know what I'm saying, growing up in this crazy world that we live in. So I know at some point in your life, you've met pretty decent looking lady, and for the first time, you know what I'm saying, you didn't know her prior to this, you know what I'm saying, you're like, man, she looks straight, man, she might be cool. And then, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, she asked you to, let's say, spend money on her, and you don't really know her like that. So, you know what I'm saying, she say, hey, you should take me here, or hey, you should buy me this. And I'm like, what? So you know what I'm saying, it's almost like a record scratching moment. So like,
Right.
Like I said, I know everybody has dealt with that before. My question to you is, as a male, how do you view a woman who you just met, who's asking you to basically spend money on her?
I'll let y'all have this one. I'm gonna just sit back and listen for a little bit.
Well,
Damn it! I was gonna say.
What you gonna do? What?
No, I was gonna take Terrence's seat, but whatever.
Oh, okay. Nah, with me, I have experienced that. Especially being in Atlanta. That's hard because that's all. Like when you first initially talk to a female, like, hey, how you doing? Try to get to know them. Their first thought is like, all right, are you gonna take me out? You know, that's our first. Not even a date nowadays. It's just our first outing together. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll see if I like you then. That's what it kind of is. So basically, you're going to have to spend money. I feel like if you come at the female as like, hey, let's just go to the park, talk, da-da-da, I don't think they'd be as interested as you like, hey, let me take you to dinner.
Right.
Which is spending money. That's me personally. I don't think they
some may like the park idea. That's very thoughtful and sincere.
I think part's like a date though. That's like.
But that's the same as dinner, right?
Right.
It's
a date.
You're not spending money. You just walk in trying to get to know that person, and if y'all do like each other, like the conversation, the chemistry, then y'all move. All right, let's go out tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? Let's get dressed up. Let me come get you. You know what I'm saying? Open your door. Let me pay for you to go to dinner. But I don't think. Go ahead.
A part sounds probably more intimate in a sense because it's kind of just you and the other person in a sense.
Talking. Getting to know each
opposed
other.
to you going to a restaurant, you know, you got to deal with waiter.
Well, go get some ice cream.
But I will say, to be clear, that like dating or talking to somebody is like a perfect mixture of all the right ingredients. So if I just met someone, I don't even know if I want to talk to them, let alone anything past that. So if you try to
before you finish, is your definition of talking and dating? What's your definition of talking and dating?
That's a good
so
question.
We can clear that up. Yeah,
because I feel like that's the $1,000 question that every female ever wanted to know in their life, and everybody got different. Everybody has a different definition for talking and dating.
Correct.
My definition of talking is we have not. All right, so it can mean a couple things. It can mean that we have not physically been on a date whatsoever. We literally, all we do is text. All we do is text, get to know each other. Like, hey, how you doing? Good morning, whatever. Like, all we do is talk. Dating means that we are literally going out on dates. But Yeah, literally going out on dates. And like with me, I'm not about to take 20 females out on dates. I'm only dating one female at a time. Now I may talk to more than one at once, but when I'm dating somebody, I'm cheap. I'm not about to spend all this money taking 50 females out.
So does that mean y'all together or y'all just dating?
They're just dating. And his definition.
So when I use dating, we're together. We're dating. That's just me. When I use talking, I use talking like we're going out.
If we're going together, I'm gonna say we're going together. I ain't gonna say we dating.
my talking and dating definition is the same.
That's who?
You know, like no, just the same. Like they're the same thing.
Oh, they're the same thing. Okay.
Because if I just text somebody, you know, this had to be like a long time. If I was just texting somebody, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I talked to blase. We actually had to be like kicking it for me to even say that I talked to, you know, whoever.
So you use dating. That means after you
dating,
officially,
it's the same thing. Like if I'm not gonna even talk about it if it was just communication via text or whatever.
What if it ain't for you to confirm? People just know.
Mm-hmm.
We cool.
So there's another variable put in here. We cool.
We cool. Yeah, where that come at? That's
we cool. We just cool.
That's in between. That's in the middle between dating and talking.
I want to hear Abhishek's take on this because you know what I'm saying.
The player, the Mac. Let me hear you.
No, it's not. No, I think.
Hey, he got that beard for a reason. Now, a female came up to him and said, "I like you with the beard." This mother started growing the beard. Now, don't flex.
No, I think I'm a little more like aligned to Taj on this because if I think the talking is just like everything but dating. Like it's just like there's no equity spent, there's no economics to it. It's just like it's just simple, it's just playful. Whereas dating is just like it's just hanging out. Whereas dating is just like you're going on dates, you're like taking a dinner, you have things planned, like occasions planned, you're doing like the mile marker stuff, et cetera, et cetera.
Like a girlfriend.
But yeah, that's what I'm about to say. But it's going together and dating the same thing though.
Apparently.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why say you're dating? Oh, well, I guess it makes sense. I guess it just depends on the context.
They'd be like, who are you dating right now? You can't say I'm dating Sarah, Julie. You know what I'm saying? They asking who that one person you're dating.
Right.
Who are you dating?
Right.
Not Sarah and Julie though.
Right. You could be talking to multiple people, but you can only be dating one person. It's just the way I see it. But
yeah.
So we in the talking stage, and I happen to buy the chicken wings and fries. Is it now a date? Are we dating?
In the pen.
Good question.
But
it depends on if you went to like Baumhauer's or you
right.
Like Al's Wings or something.
Right. The intimate, if it's an intimate setting, it's questionable, but it's just like wherever. I think it's fine.
Like I said, to me, there's a thin, and I mean like floss thin line between dating and talking because she could be bad. Like she could be fine as hell. Like, all right, look, I can't waste no time. Let me go ahead and invite her out on a date. So like I'm asking her out on a date. But I'm still talking to her, like I'm still trying to fill her out. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and invest them chips in right away.
You got to go and put that money down, bro. Like, look, so you got to go.
I don't want to miss out on this one, man. You said the lotto. How much? Oh shit! I'm finna go buy me a ticket.
Man, listen.
Oh, that's funny.
I just don't see it. I don't see it, man. I like when I'm dating. I'm dating that person. I'm taking my time out. We're going out on dates. Like this is my girlfriend. Dating. Where's my girlfriend? We're talking. I'm talking to her. Talking to her. Talking to her. Talking to her. Let's talking.
Texting. Clip that. Hey, clip that.
We're gonna talk offline.
Texting. Like you can go out on different. Like I keep wanting to say date, but it's not a date. But like when you go out to social gatherings with different people, and you just talking to them until you find that right person.
So if you go to lunch, is that a date though? Or is dinner only considered a date?
wait a minute, I ain't about to be seen with nobody if we ain't dating.
Nah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? You putting me in danger now. One of old girls see me out here. Well,
I mean, what if y'all end up at, you know, pin bowling or duck pins or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And y'all
look, the other girl I'm talking to, sister, right there, she gonna see us.
Well, what would you say? What would you say? You out with your friends and you see the girl you was just on a date with another dude, and she was like, oh, we were just talking. Or my definition is dating multiple people. What do you say about that?
Well, I guess there's such thing as dating and exclusively dating. I guess I don't know, but that's another subject for another day.
That is a term. Let me ask this. What damn, I forgot. Somebody else take it over. I had a question. I forgot what it was.
He doesn't want to say it. He just doesn't want to say it.
No, I was gonna ask some.
I had a question. If not, you can't think of it.
What's up?
You got it.
What's your question?
Okay. My question is, all right. Say you're out on a date with an individual, a girl. You're out on a date and you had a good date. Everything was going good. Y'all got to know each other. Y'all talking about maybe your second date. You know what I'm saying? Then you go outside. And she gets in her car and she be like, oh, where you parked at? And he be like, I didn't park. I didn't drive. I got an Uber. And she looks at you weird. All right, now do you? And then she looks at you weird, right? And then, so she gets to her car. But then when your Uber comes up, it's like a big, like suburban truck. So it looks like you have a driver, right? So she already looked at you weird because you said you didn't drive. You got an Uber. But, well, you didn't say, you just said you didn't drive. And she already looked at you weird, like you ain't got no money or something, but she ain't saying nothing. But when you get in this truck, she get a different perspective in her head, like, oh, you got a driver or something like that. Oh, he got money. Then she called you like, hey, I see you. Oh, what's it called? Da 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 da. Do you initially talk to her and try to work that out to a second date, or do you already double?
It's
That's
funny.
a very hypothetical situation.
Yeah, that's real specific, but.
No.
I mean, what he's saying is he got a driver, bro. That's really what he's saying.
No, he doesn't. It was his Uber driver. Like he just told her that I didn't drive.
But a lot of times when people go on dates at night and they tend to, drink a beer or two or three or four, they might want to have them an Uber. So I think it's him being responsible.
Yeah. It's
exactly. You can be responsible. But when he just explained to her like I didn't drive, and then she just automatically thought, oh, he might not have a car, and start looking at her crazy.
She's probably shallow, and he don't need to talk to her anymore.
Yeah, I think she was quick to judge there.
That's what I was about to say. Do you still allow her to go on a second date with you, or do you like cut her off because of how she tried to like switch up on you because she assumed you might not have been driving? Even though the date was
that's tough. Everybody got flaws, so maybe that's her flaw. She jumped to conclusions. You know what I'm saying? But
no comment. No comment at all.
It's funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys say.
Yeah, I don't know.
He don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He don't want to say anything too crazy.
It's funny that you say that because that actually segues perfectly into what I forgot what I was gonna say, which was in the talking phase, not dating, because like I said, we kind of established that dating is lightweight going together. In the talking phase, what I don't want to say what. All right, let's kind of ask it as a two-part question. What is a red flag for you to just completely cut somebody off in the talking to them phase? And then also,
I know what you're gonna say.
And then also,
borrow some money.
No, not even that, just money. Period. But but then also, kind of as a two-parter, when you're talking to someone, what is an acceptable means of just cutting them off? So for me,
go ahead. Text them ever again.
I mean, we just
how?
Yeah. I mean, we just talking.
That's mean, Najee.
not just he ain't leaving.
Oh, let me. Look, I'm trying to take this podcast to the next level. But so let me clear the floor a little bit. So to kind of put some context on what Terrence said.
I just know Najee.
I kind of more along the lines of the very first question that brought up this whole discussion is if we just talk and we ain't never been out. We ain't never did this, that, and the third. Like, I'm still just trying to, like, literally get to know you, get to know if you are somebody that I even want to, like, take something to the next level with. Why are you asking me for money? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's like a real, like,
Maybe she felt some security in you. She felt some sense of, stability.
I ain't give her reason to think that.
Maybe that's her way to see if you really like her. Maybe that's her way to
think that.
Maybe you
She might
presented
think-
yourself in a way that you're a baller. You feel me?
Exactly.
No,
And you do
no,
nothing.
no. Look, my catchphrase is I'm broke. So that, this should
But
never
when you
be.
pull up,
You see
when
this
you pull
me?
up with the nice car,
Broke.
you pull up with the nice car, and stuff like that. Then you put
Suit it
that
up.
percentage.
Balling.
Balling.
So like I said,
Because she saw the interview you went to with the 3-piece suit
Right.
on and
Exactly.
put up in the Beamer and all that. So
she saw the Dickie suit. I made sure of that. but yeah, I mean, and then like I said, the whole like not talking to him anymore thing is just like if we're just talking, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing really invested in on either side, then if I don't text back, is there any problem?
I mean, you gotta have that conversation. I feel like you gotta communicate it. If like you feel like you ain't feeling her
My
no
man
more,
said
or
he ain't
whatnot,
provide no closure.
just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of water it down over time, like slow the text messages down, and then be like,
But then-
hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel
Then
like
you leading her on still.
no, just be
Times,
like,
you can't be doing that, Taj.
nah, you letting her down easy. That's not leading
No, you
on.
gotta-
yeah, you let it down easy. Like, and the conversation is turning to this, how you doing today? All right, cool. Then it
So
gets
how
to-
long is your let her down easy process? 2 or 3
5
hours?
years.
Just a week. Just a week. do the week. Just do the week, and then be like, you know what I'm saying? You don't.
Taj, I also know
Fine
you
on
as
Saturday.
well.
It didn't work for me. It didn't work.
I don't like y'all piling up on me and Taj, man. Well, what about you, Terry? Way. Somebody cue Bernie Mac voice. Way back in the day.
From how you cut him off.
Yeah.
I was more of an Najee Jones type of cutthroat. So
I'll
leave that at.
Oh, damn, man.
Flexing. Terry flexing.
I mean, we just talking, bro. You know what
So
I'm saying?
let me
Nothing's
say, so
invested.
let me just paint a picture of what something would happen. Like, what did you see us as? Would be the text message, and then I would respond the next day. What's up? Like I never seen the other text. But that's neither here nor there. That's long. Way long.
That story would be way funnier if reading receipt was a thing back then. I saw he read it. What about you, Abhishek?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like in between your version of it and maybe Taj. I can't ghost people like that. It's just not good on my conscience. But then I just can't take a week to plateau it down and water it down. So it's got to be somewhere between that.
So let me say 2 things. One, Taj's version is more of a 5-year span. It's not a week.
Now you got a 0. Now you got a 0 hour plan.
And then with me, like I said, it's nothing invested,
So it's probably gonna go like this. He's not gonna text back, gonna delete the number, and then gonna block the number. So he don't ever have to worry about reading the number. But I could be wrong.
Look, I ain't now at some point in my life, yes.
Do you go to the extreme to block people?
I mean,
You
You
don't want
know
that
the
negative
situation,
energy in
Ty.
his
He
life.
said,
look, I
You
don't
don't
want
want that negative energy.
if the number's deleted, isn't it really just a telemarketer anyway?
All right, set. How do you feel about this situation?
How you feel about it, Sid? Back.
I'm probably, way back.
Wait.
Probably in between as well. Like I it all depends. I done did both. Let me be honest. I probably done both. Yeah, I did not text and just let that go. And I've had some where I kind of ease on down.
Ease it all out.
I guess it depends on how important a relationship or talking phase was to you, I guess.
Yeah, the situation
Or how
it's
they
really
look.
dependent upon the situation. That's true too. Yeah.
We don't care if they're a 10 and they're a gold digger, it's cutting off quick.
Right.
Listen, so if Holly Berry
If she a gold digger,
You're not gold digging,
Gone.
first of all. I'm
Gone.
be gold digging off her.
right? Yeah. That too.
I'm talking about not she not Holly Berry, but she look like Holly Berry. You gonna just
If she a gold digger, then yeah. Look, let's get this clear. That's my biggest turnoff. Gold diggers. And Taj, I know it's your biggest turnoff, so I don't even know are you flexing.
it is, no, I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm just saying though, like I would be more ease it on off and then just
Nah, he
Take
gonna
that
be
shit
taking.
off. What my sales is
Nah,
at?
gonna be taking to everyone. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
well, this is my last brunch I'm paying for.
How many mimosas did you order, girl?
After tomorrow, it's gonna be 7 instead of 10.
You just happen to go to the bathroom and just never come back. Be like,
Never come.
But hey, bro, that'd be some cold shit to go somebody at a restaurant. Ooh, mother might be the goat.
And then you gotta like slide out like a side or back though. You gotta be real intentional because the bathrooms are typically in the back, so you can't go
Right.
back to the front.
Right.
You gotta do it. She like just texting another dude at the whole time y'all on a date. He's like, all right, don't worry about it.
That would be funny as shit.
Don't worry about it. Go to the bathroom. Don't come back. Just tell the waitress, hey, she gonna take care of it and then dip.
I think that would be very, 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 very bad. But you know,
But you
whatever.
go to people. That's the same thing.
Nah, it's different.
You gotta hate that person, Jesus.
I think you're doing one's publicly, one's in public.
Yeah, that's
humiliation.
cold. That's cold.
They don't know you. They don't know y'all in there.
Look, if I just don't text somebody back, then you know hey, it is what it is. But if I leave a motherfucker at a date and I
And then
ain't
she
paying
gonna be
for it,
tripping because she gonna have to pay for it too. She gonna be in
Right.
there cussing.
What if just the worst date you ever had? Like she just
It
terrible,
don't
like
matter.
nagging.
It don't matter. You got
and we in the social media era.
You can end the date and be like,
Oof.
this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the ticket and I'm out. You don't have to just
Bro,
go.
you might end up on the shade room.
But why? But why say pay for the ticket? Why y'all just can't go Dutch? Like, hey, I'm gonna take care of mine.
Well, that's fine too, but you
That's
can't
fine.
make her pay for yours.
Once again, that's almost it's,
You can do that on the way to the bathroom. Like, hey, I'm just gonna cover, that, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
okay.
And
Okay, that's probably not as bad.
That's the way to do it, at least.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But
How about-
but she don't know that she paid for them.
I'm about
He
to
just
say-
come with a check, like, hey, I think your date left. Here you go. She like,
I was say that might be just as cold as leaving her ass by walking back up to her and saying, "I'm just gonna pay for my half."
Ooh.
you gotta be a cold motherfucker to say that somebody's. On
You
the
can
first
really
date.
just say, I ain't feeling this date. I'm gonna pay for it though, but this is it, and then pay for it and leave. You can do that. I mean, that's cold too, but it's.
I don't think you're gonna be that blunt.
I think that's the most gentleman thing to do though.
Right.
Just
We're
pay
not gonna be
for
that
it and then leave.
Kyle, you know I'm blunt. Stop playing.
Terry, you just gonna sit there and tell her in her face, like, yeah, I'm not feeling this.
Yes.
I'm just gonna pay for my.
All right.
That's funny.
Let's get out of this toxicity and go ahead and try to breeze through one more topic before we end this. But so let's see what we got left. I don't think we're gonna get to two of these. So let's talk about the last Dance documentary for the last weeks. Did everybody watch it or anybody watch it?
Talking about the worm.
Watch it.
Yeah, the Worm. What do y'all think about that one?
Rodman the GOAT.
Yeah.
bro.
He a bad man. Scottie Pippen
Hey.
was a bad man too, man. I just want to throw that out there. Scottie Pippen was a bad man.
Oh,
That man picked Magic Johnson up 94 feet, full court press. That's tough.
Magic
First of all, you
ain't
gotta-
had that- Go ahead, Todd.
No, I'm just saying you got to be that deal if the coach allow you to go to Vegas for 48 hours. Even
Right,
though,
I'm
you know what I'm
definitely
saying, you're
about
during the mid-season. You mid-season. Just go
And
ahead
then
and do what you got to do.
outperformed them at the next practice. It wasn't even like, what? It said
Yeah,
he said it took 6 laps to catch him. Or
Yes.
you don't know.
They said that showed them, like, listen, Dennis going to party and stuff when he out and about outside this arena, but when he in this arena, he focused. He locked in.
Yeah, he gonna be about that work.
So it just dawned on me that half of y'all are probably doing this on your phone, so y'all probably won't be able to see what I just sent y'all, so I'll just read it to you. So Dennis Rodman said, 120 million, no way in hell. If I was the owner, no way in hell I'll offer him 120 million if he not the total package. I wouldn't do it. And this was a response to Dennis Rodman holding Shaquille O'Neal for the Lakers to 4 points in 2 halves in 1996.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought he had 23 in the first half and then 4 in the second half.
Let's see. 4 points in the second half. My bad. But yeah, he said, "Ain't no way in hell I'll pay him that much money if he won the total package." Basically talking shit because he held them to 4 points.
I will say that he was in a competitive environment. Like they still battling against each other. Shaq obviously showed that he's worth way more than 120 million on the court.
Of course.
And
what
Shaq
about the
still
way
young.
Olajuwon did him?
Yeah, that was like
Olajuwon did him dirty.
Bro, if Olajuwon played Shaq in 2000, Olajuwon would have got that money too.
No, I'm talking about how Olajuwon did
Rodman.
Scotty. I mean not Scotty, but Dennis Rodman. I mean he did Shaq dirty, and he gonna do Shaq dirty anyway. But he did a good job on Olajuwon then. Like it was close. It wasn't bad. I mean, like he held his own, even the young version.
Now, I mean, Dennis Rodman is like, one of the better defenders of all time. So he got a point. I understand what he's saying, but Shaq is the most dominant center of all time.
That's one game.
But I think it was 96 when this happened.
And you got to keep in mind that this is in 96 when the Bulls is pretty much the most spectacular team that you've ever seen in your life, and they are in the height of their like just blowing motherfuckers out. So of course and this is Dennis Rodman, so of course he gonna talk shit.
I mean, that's 4 years into the league.
Story sells, more publicity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That rivalry helps. You know what I'm saying? Keep the Bulls' name in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Just like the who's the best, LeBron or Jordan, Kobe or Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That rivalry stuff helps. So you talk junk, that's going to build another story for SportsCenter tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just like 9 out of 10.
So let me ask y'all this: did y'all think that Rodman was gonna return in 48 hours?
No,
hell no. Get the baby started. No.
Especially when they showed him with a beer in his hand and hopped on a motorcycle. Come on.
Hey, that's the exact words that Michael said. It's like, did he return in 48 hours? Hell no. We had to go get his ass.
Like, you know what's real though?
How long was it till he got back?
It was 80 hours.
Yeah, it was like 80-some hours.
Yeah.
You know what's real? Jordan went to go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Enfield.
You know what I'm saying? That's real. Like,
yeah.
They could have sent like everyone, like, you know what I'm saying, the workers or, the general manager or whatever, somebody go get him. Jordan, the best player. They responsible for
Rodman though.
The captain of the team. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get my boy.
Get right.
Rodman was the glue, as you guys like.
But he missed some. Didn't he miss some games?
I guess he was going 80-some hours.
Unless he went like unless he went during the All-Star break or something like that, he probably would have missed at least one game.
That's what I'm saying. I think he would have missed like a game or something. So I know he'd have got fined for that.
I mean, his rope was real long.
I can't remember who said this. I think it was Chris Paul. It was either Chris Paul or Isaiah Thomas. I think it was Chris Paul. He said, "I don't care what nobody say. Dennis Rodman invented time management."
Because of that.
Yeah, because like they gave him the longest leash in the world. Like, all right, man, look, just come back.
Just come back.
Well, show up before the game. Probably drunk and go out there
and ball out. Smell like
25 rebounds. Get on out.
Right.
You talking about load management?
Yeah, load management. My bad.
Yeah.
Management.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's funny too because I had saw this in another documentary. I can't remember what documentary I had saw there, but how they talk about how Dennis Rodman would just be out and gone all night or for a day or two, and then he'll come back to practice early that next morning and then outperform everybody energy-wise. And they talked about it again on that documentary.
Mm-hmm. He was built for that. He was built for that life.
I was like, man.
He different.
Machine.
Yeah.
But
crazy joker.
Did they show
nails painted?
Nails hair. He had a 33. I didn't know there was 33s on his hair.
I didn't either. I thought they were cheetah print.
I thought that was some cheetah print.
Yeah.
Right.
They said 33 for Scotty when he came back. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah, and then Scotty came back and balled out. But I mean, that's to be expected. What did they show a preview of what next episode was supposed to be about?
I didn't see it.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
I watched it on the ESPN app, so I ain't.
Oh well, I guess whenever it come back on, we'll talk about it next week. But yeah, so yeah, the last episode was pretty good. Last 2 episodes were pretty good, and I expect the remaining 6 to be just as good. So we are kind of running over. So I guess we'll go into just the last topic, and we'll just table everything else. So this week, so once again, we have a recurring segment called Artists versus Artists, with just two entities versus each other, and that's just debating on it. This week's is hosted by Taryn. So, Taryn, what do you have for us?
So, since we're over here talking about basketball, there's this team, I think you guys heard of it, the 1992 Dream Team. And there's this guy, his name is John Stockton, and he made the Dream Team. But there's this guy named Isaiah Thomas who did not make the Dream Team. Which one of the two do you feel is better?
John Stockton.
For that team, John Stockton.
As a player.
Oh,
the better
as a player.
Oh, give a little bit more context. You mean for that team or just in general as
just
a point
better
guard?
player. Because I was watching Undisputed today, and Uncle Shay was like, there is no way in the world that John Stockton was a better player than Isaiah Thomas. So that's why I'm going with it.
I mean,
based off what I watched today.
Stats don't lie.
What do you got, like 15,000 assists, something like that?
Let me paint you this analogy that he painted. If I collect cans for 12 years and you collect cans for 19 years, aren't you going to have more cans than me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a garbage pickup man, yeah, but that ain't the case.
that's what his analogy was.
That ain't how athletics work with longevity.
Yeah,
I know
it's a weird analogy.
I know this is probably an unfair thing to say, but if you replace Isaiah Thomas on the John Stockton on Utah Jazz with Isaiah Thomas, do you think the team would have been better?
Yes.
Yeah, they probably would have.
Do I think they would have won a championship? Probably not.
I think so.
I don't think that. Isaiah Thomas was in that perfect place with the Pistons. He had a bunch of bullies around him.
Man, but look what he did.
But he was that nigga. Like, he was allowed to be that.
Go look what he did. Now y'all forget, but go look what he did.
He balled. So he was allowed to be that because of the crew he had around him that kind of protected him, if you will. And he was like a little pit bull. Mm-hmm. But I don't know him on the Jazz.
Hey, Utah Jazz team was good though. That Utah Jazz team was really good.
Yeah,
what happened to Russell though?
That much better than John to be like, oh yeah, he gonna win a championship, but that's my opinion.
But he would have brought an aspect to the game that John really didn't like doing, and that score.
For the question that T Love had, I think John Stockton was a better fit for the Dream Team than Isaiah because of the chemistry, and as well as John is gonna pass that ball to the other.
On top of the fact that Jordan hates Isaiah Thomas to this day.
The chemistry would have been off.
I'm just asking who's a better player. I mean, I feel what you guys are
I would pick Isaiah.
But
if I was starting the franchise, I would pick Isaiah over John. But for that team, I'll pick John.
Oh, no, it's hard.
Yeah, I think one's like entertainment, and the other one's just like actually winning chips. I think that's how you answered it, right?
Well,
like to win chips, you pick Isaiah.
Well, no, not necessarily. To start my franchise, you got
but
if I want to get a person to help my team build, I'll get John.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard for me because I have the benefit of seeing them in both of their systems, seeing them in both of their I guess their decades or whatever you want to call it, I guess you say the decades and the decades that they played rather, and it's hard to just erase the fact that John Stockton has all of these stats and all these accolades behind him. Like, what is he? He's number one in steals, number one in assists, number like 4 or 5 in like threes. No, where's John Stockton on 3?
I don't know about none of that. I just know he number one in steals and assists.
In assists, yeah. So, like with that alone. But then again, once again, you kind of that kind of like opens the idea of like, well, majority of the reason why he has all those assists because he had the postman down there to just lob it to every single time. And if you put Isaiah Thomas in the same situation, would he not have the same amount of assists? So it's kind of hard to kind of like analyze it from that perspective. But just because, and then also Isaiah Thomas has championships. So,
So if you put John in Detroit, will they win them 2 championships?
I don't know because Isaiah Thomas played dirty, and I don't know if John Stockton would be like
John Johnson
a
was
dog
dirty.
like
He
that.
was dirty. He was dirty. Trust me,
I'm saying
he was dirty. Everybody knows that. But
So this is interesting. I just ran across the thing on Basketball Reference. It's a stat site for those that don't know. It has in the bottom of the stat page. It has something called a similarity scores. So it compares the player that you're looking up with players with careers of similar quality and shape. So basically, similar players, if you will.
Right.
So listen to John Stockton's similarity players. So you got Kobe Bryant, Jerry West, Chris Paul, Reggie Miller, Magic Johnson, Oscar Robertson, Gary Payton, Clyde Drexler, Ray Allen, James Harden. So a lot of heavyweights there.
for John Stockton,
Yeah.
John Stockton. So Isaiah Thomas's similarity scores are Earl Monroe, Derek Harper, Stephon Marbury, Steve Smith, Joe Dumars, Jason Terry, Lou Dampier, Calvin Murphy, Mitch Richmond, and Hershey Hawkins.
How are these created or whatever? How do they make these scores again?
It looks like win shares or something like that. But yeah, it looks like win shares is what they use. But
Mitch Richmond ain't never won though.
I'm trying to.
They say I guess playing style.
But yeah, I
That's
think
interesting. I ain't never looked at that before.
So by shape, they talk. So it compares players in terms of quality and shape. By shape, they're talking about years played, how good were the best years, or did they have a few great years and then several mediocre years, or did he have many good but not great years? Then another note is that guards are compared to guards, forwards to forwards, and stuff like that.
so basically analyzing them based off of them in their prime and what they put out in their prime.
Yeah, Isaiah had a lot of non-name niggas with him. A few.
Right.
He had a couple ballers, but that's it.
But yeah, like I said, just because I can't unlearn what I already know, I would probably go with John Stockton just because, I mean, like I said, he's in the record books. Although, like you said, you can say Isaiah Thomas is as well, just from having championships. But I don't know, just being a world record holder as far as like most assists and most steals as a point guard, that's you. I mean, you can't really
Probably
take it
pass
away
one as
from him.
well.
I mean,
What do you
look,
say?
I know, I'm just talking to him.
You said
But
you
I would
play
say
the passing like you will.
Isaiah Thomas though. As you guys already knew that. But
Who did Ty say?
he said for that
Yeah,
team
yeah.
he would take John, but as a player he would take Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I would take.
What about Sid Nabchik?
That's what I was going on Taj because I think from a franchise perspective, Isaiah's better, but just for like entertainment, just to watch, to be in an all-star team, I think John's better.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with John on that one. I'm ride with John.
Fair enough.
Mr. Stockton.
Yeah, that was a good one. Like I said,
Yeah.
that's
I was gonna do another one, but after watching that I had to do that one.
yeah. I mean, that's good. That's a good comparison. Like I say, it's always hard to take players in the same sport that played in kind of two different decades and put them
It's kind
against
of
each
the
other.
same era though.
Or era.
Isaiah
That's the
came
word
in
I was
like
looking for.
81. I think 81 and John came in 84 or something like that.
Yeah, I came a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, that's it for this week. Like I said, I ain't really want to go over too long because we spent a lot of time on our two main topics. So just closing thoughts from everybody. Y'all got anything that's weighing heavily on your head?
Only thing that's weighing heavy on my head is just wear Brim's hat. But go ahead.
as these states are opening back up, y'all be sure to stay safe out there.
Yeah, y'all stay out these beaches, man. Yeah, y'all getting wild out here. They about to close the states back up just because y'all ain't know how to act in 2 days they been open.
I'm finna go to the club.
Yeah, I think the
You gotta
malls
wait a little
open in
bit. You
Georgia
gotta wait a little
tomorrow.
while for the club.
The
What'd you
mall
say?
already open. No, mall been open. Walmart been open.
Nah, think the
That's
official malls are opening tomorrow, so that should be pretty
that was the
interesting.
quarantine mall. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Should be-
malls, the parks, all the
Oh, the parks are
fun
closed.
stuff. Parks are closed. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hopping fences.
yeah.
Man,
So
you mean tell me I couldn't have went to the park?
you kind of yeah. Well,
Man,
I think I
For
could
your
have
park-
went
for
to
your park date.
trails.
yeah, but yeah,
I got to hop the fence.
get tapped. Oh, never mind. I
They're
ain't gonna talk
catching
about
you
it.
trespassing, man.
I ain't even gonna talk about that. I ain't even gonna talk about that. I'll be saying I'm gonna leave it alone.
You better run.
You already know what
That's
you already know what I'm talking about.
That's my test to see if she come on a second date. She run with me.
Look, that's the inside joke between me and Abhishek, man. I ain't even gonna bring it up, but yeah,
Oh,
man, y'all.
man.
But yeah, in closing thoughts, like I said, y'all stay safe. Y'all just try to bear with the states as long as possible. This thing will end eventually, and don't want anybody getting any type of health issues in between time. So with that, about to go ahead and wrap up. Times, what's up, man? You got something to say?
Man, listen, man. Today was a good day, like Cube said. But how did this first, well, not this first, the third podcast go?
Oh, it's the third, man. Dang, man. I need to start calling numbers at the beginning. But you know what I'm saying? We're fairly decent, man. We're fairly decent, bro. But
You already know.
But we'll holler at y'all, man, on the next one. Peace.
All right.
Peace.